So in this tutorial we're going to be talking about setting up the basics of bot pathing in UDK, and this is just a real quick introductory to bot pathing. There's a lot more that can be done in Kismet for AI scripting. But just to get started here, we're going to put this into a vehicle capture the flag mode, so I can talk a little bit about the other forms of the bot pathing. So I'm just going to come up here really quick and resave my level as VCTF. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is we need to plant our flag bases, and those are going to be in our content browser under actor classes and navigation. And we're going to start with the blue flag base, and I'm going to place the blue flag base right in front of this computer screen here. I'm going to give it a little rotation. Let's see, we'll get it to about 90. That'll do. I'm going to fly over to the other side of my level here, and we're going to place our red flag base. I'm going to put the red flag base right on this wood here. Alright, now we need to add the player starts for our team, so I'm going to go back and take care of blue team first. So our player starts again are in our actor classes under player start, and then we expand this till we get to the fully expanded category for UT team player start. And you have to use UT team player starts whenever you're doing any type of level that involves a red or blue team. In this case, this would be referring to more of Unreal Tournament 3. But if you're using UDK to make your own custom game, these player starts may not apply to you. But the bot navigation is going to be essentially the same. So I'm going to add the player start here up on this corner. You'll notice here right now this player start kind of has this red base to it, and that's telling us that this is where red team is going to start, and we don't exactly want that. So going into the UTeam player start properties and expanding our first tab, we'll have this team number. By default 0 is red, so 1 is blue. So now that we've switched that, we got a blue team player start. Now we're going to fly over to the other side of my level here. I'm going to come over to this corner and add another player start, and then that's already just fine for red. Now we're going to swing back here, and I'm going to do a quick path build. And if you hold down Control and click on the play button at the same time, it will spawn you into spectator mode and spawn the blue team's bot. So let me fly on over now, and we should have our blue team bot. Yep, there he is. He's standing there staring at the wall because he's trying to figure out, how do I get to the other flag? I have no way to get there. So I'm going to come and exit out of this. And now to add our player or our bot path is really quite simple. Right click in the area that you want your bot path, come into add actor, and we'll add path node. And you will have a little apple that shows up. So what the bot does is it follows the apples to its destination. So now I'm going to come in here and hold down Alt. So we'll hold down Alt and drag the next apple out, and then I'm going to lower it down to the floor. And if you go too far in, you'll notice it does this thing that says bad size. That just means your path is too close to the ground, so you just kind of got to raise it up, and eventually it'll turn back to an apple. So now I'm going to do a quick path rebuild here. Hold down Control and hit my play button. And again, I got to zoom all the way over here. And now our bot is running back and forth as he is now trying to navigate to the flag. Now this is a good time to mention this flag here is also a path node. So any weapons, power-ups, health pickups, etc., those will all double as path nodes as well. So now I'm going to grab my path node, and I'm just going to start moving it about the level here. I'm going to duplicate it out some more. I'm going to move another one over to this side. And I'm going to grab this one and duplicate it over. Seeing we're getting that bad size again because I'm too close. And you'll notice if you click on paths, you'll see where they connect to. And if you don't see where the paths are connected to, if you come up to your viewport options here, make sure you have paths on. And now we'll get a more precise angle of how our paths are working. And you'll notice here we have a blue line. This blue line is telling us that this isn't the most adequate path for a bot. Blue is kind of like one step before your path's just not going to work. And if your path's bad, you'll get a red line. And so now if I rebuild these paths, now you'll see we have this white lines connecting these paths, and that's telling us that the bot has more than adequate space to maneuver. Like he can maneuver anywhere in between here. And then here we have a green path, which means that's optimal. Green is good. White is better. Again, here we got a blue path because we're getting up into more of a narrow space. So if I duplicate out another one here, and we do another rebuild, alright, we're getting another path that's okay. I'm going to bring one about in the middle here and do a path rebuild. So now let's just do a quick little play test here. And there we have it. Our bot is moving around the blue base area. We'll see he's kind of acting a little strange. That's because bots they're not the smartest things in the world. They just follow the apple. So now we're going to finish this up here real quick. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about these other power-ups. So under these pickups, if we come into Weapon and Weapon Pickup Factory, and we come over here and we add a weapon pickup in this corner. I go into its properties here. Weapon pickup class, I'm going to add shock rifle. Now when we rebuild this, the bot's probably almost immediately going to run to the weapon power-up because weapon power-ups have an increased weight to them. So yeah, here he comes. He's automatically going to it. And now he's decided he wants to jump on a hoverboard. There we go. Alright. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to finish connecting these paths up here. I'm just going to send a path all the way through here. So I'm going to drag these both over at the same time so I can line them up with the door. Now we're getting the bad size. Let's see why. There we go. I'm just gonna run these into this base. Just like so. Alright. So we're gonna do a full path rebuild. Do a quick check to make sure we're getting through the doors. And now we're going to spawn in and play. And we're going to see what this little bot's up to. Alright. Since when we vehicle capture the flag mode, he thinks he has to use the hoverboard all the time.
Red flag taken.
So there we go. Oop. He's getting a little bit confused by the pathing. So we might have a little bit of a problem there. Okay. So we're going to have to address this here. And that's this path right here. So what we want to do is select our first apple here, click on our second apple, and then we'll right click and come into path options and do prescribe or force path, and that's going to force the bot. You'll see it turns yellow, and as soon as he hits that, he's going to be forced to go through. So now I'm going to come in here and do another quick test. So he should be coming around here. Here he comes.
Red flag taken.
And this time he decided not to use the hoverboard until he got to there. As you can see, our forced path forced him on through. And now he's going to capture the flag.
Blue team takes the lead.
Okay. So, I talked about forced path, which forces a bot to go. I want to talk about a prescribed path. So you see here we have this path that's going through to this path node. And what the bot's going to do, if he hits this path node, he's going to run, and if he decides to go this way, he's going to jump over. So let's say we didn't want him to ever jump over. So we select both of our path nodes like we did before. But now we come in here to our path options and do prescribed path. And now when we rebuild, it's going to turn red. Alright. So now we got a red path going between these two. And now our bot will never jump from here and try to take a shortcut. He'll run all the way around. So let's take one more look at our bots here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the console by hitting the tilde key. And I'm going to type add bots 1. And that's going to add a bot to our red team. Now if we come in here and we watch this, start having a little bit of a battle. And now they decide to ignore each other and go after each other's flags. Oh. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. They're ignoring.
Red flag taken. Blue flag taken. Red flag returned.
And there they go. Oh, we're getting a little confused. So this is another instance where we need a forced path. Alright, so I'm going to come back in here really quick. And I'm going to select these two paths. And I'm going to do a path option, force. Rebuild my paths. Close that down. We'll do one more test. They are really determined to get each other's flags.
Red flag taken.
He's got to get a weapon power up. Oh, and here he goes.
Blue flag taken. Red flag returned.
Blue boss is a little upset here.
Red team takes the lead.
Alright, and that's going to conclude our little introductory to bot paths. Thanks for watching.